Okay, so this is the third video. We were looking at citation, the citation section of the rubric, and considering how important that is. So you can see that citation does carry a potential F if there is no citation at all. I will not accept submissions without citation. The three four parts, sorry, includes comprehensive. This scoring is slightly different in that it's graded. If it includes comprehensive, complete in-text citation, then you will get 5 points. So remember, we looked at that example. You predicted 2 or 3. Actually, there were 6, so there was quite a lot. You can also look at the example on Moodle. You go into Moodle, you can find this example. You can see the citation is actually highlighted in yellow quite handily, so you can see how much. I'd say this was comprehensive. It's not as much as the one we looked at in class, but it's still sufficient. Gives you some idea. There is no exact number that I expect, but every time you use somebody else's work or data, I do expect to see citation. Let's go back. So that's comprehensive, and then that is graded to some citation, but probably not enough. You could still get 3. Minimal in-text citation. That doesn't mean 1 or even 2. That just means just about enough. Then you will get 1 point. Now formatting as well, back to the sliding scale, 2, 1, or 0. Citation is appropriately formatted. If we have a look quickly at this, I will show you what that means. So standard formatting, here it's used on a quotation. So remember we looked at summarizing, quoting, and paraphrasing. If you do any of those, you need to use a citation. So here there are 2 authors, and it's their family names, and then 2019. Often it's just one, and then that would just be family name, comma, year, all in brackets, parenthesis, whatever you call them. Slightly different. So maybe there is no date. So here you can see an example. Osaka Metropolitan University, ND, no date. Often websites don't have a date, so that's okay. If you can't find a year, then put a date. Here you can see 1 author, 2 authors. There are 3 or more authors. We use this expression. It comes from Latin. So just mention the first 2, et al., and then say et al. That means and the rest, and the others. There were more, but you only need to say 2, comma, et al., and a year. Year is always important if you have it, if not ND. And then the last example, sources by the same author in the same year. Then we use A and B to distinguish it. Different years, no problem. Obviously, you'd have Thomas 2022, Thomas 2023. But if there are 2 publications in the same year or 3, then we use letters after the year. Okay. Good. Back to our list. So that's a citation. And then we move into referencing. Now, remember, formatting was done on an on-demand video lesson. So If you're not sure, go back to Moodle and find that lesson. I think it was around about week 3. You submitted a task. Most of them were very good. Let's go through these just to check. So we're here, includes a comprehensive and extensive list of referencing. It doesn't have to be connected directly to the citation, meaning if you don't use it in your report, you can still put it in your list of references. But if you use the information in your report, there must be a citation connected to it. Okay. Again, there is no fixed exact number of how many I would expect to see, but I'd be very surprised to see fewer than 5. Okay, it kind of suggests that you haven't read much around the topic. Okay, it's quite narrow research. The better reports will be the wider research. Videos as well. Don't forget YouTube videos or whatever other platforms. They're all important sources. So put them all in your reference list. And again, these are done by grading 5-3, limited, minimal reference list. Maybe under 5, I'd start calling it minimal, maybe limited, 4 to 7, more than 7. That's a very rough guide, by the way. Then I would say extensive. No references. F. Okay, so if there are citations, then they do need to link to the references, and that's what this means here. Okay. So if there are citations, then the same sources must appear in your reference list. Not everything in your reference list will be cited necessarily. Okay, and then the format, as I say, go back to the examples to check the formatting, the video lesson that we looked at, and here are some examples on the model report. Okay, these should really have italics in there. The titles should be italicized, really, but these are, at least these are consistent. Not everybody italicizes the reports. I do, but if you do them all. If you don't, leave like this. Consistency is important. Some things are extremely important. Family name first. Initial only. Year, or if you haven't got a year, ND. Uppercase letters only for the first word of the title. So here the T in the is italicized. The rest isn't. It doesn't matter what it says on the book or on the journal or on the website. It doesn't matter. Use the APA format. Names of countries, names of oceans, names of people are always uppercase, right? So that rule doesn't apply to them. Okay. Right, and there you go. So if they're not appropriately formatted, then they're probably going to lose points. So make sure your formatting is good. The other formatting that often is mistaken is Japanese sources, foreign language sources. So here, for example, the foreign language is there, Le Petit Prince, right? That's French, means the little prince. So you can write the Japanese, but do not use hiragana, katakana, or kanji. Write the title in Romanji, and then the translation in square brackets, and the rest as normal. like this. Okay. That's the common mistake people make. So, hopefully that's clear. I'm going to stop the video and we're going to go through the rest. These are more general academic writing points next. So these are more specific to the task. These are more general academic writing points. So the next video will deal with those.